Do you have a fear of being on video? Does it make your palms sweaty, your heart cringe? Just, video. Yeah, I was there. I had that feeling. Watch this video and I'll share some tips with you how you can be comfortable. And if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified every time I post a new video every single Wednesday on social media tips for realtors. I was in the exact same situation as you currently are, if not worse, where I would freeze in front of a camera. I couldn't talk in front of it. I could talk normal, and then once the camera came in front of me, I froze. I couldn't do it. So I've been there. I know what you're feeling. Let's get to it. Let's share some tips. All right, here we go. Right to the tips so you can get out there and start filming some video right away, right? We're going to be that confident. No, it does take some time. You're likely not just going to be able to go out there and do this today. If you do, amazing. Kudos to you. It's a daunting task. Everybody thinks that they see myself on video or they see another person on video and they think, oh, it came naturally to them and this is really easy. You know, it's hard for me, but they can do it. No. This took years of practice for me. I'm still kind of surprised to this day that I even do talk on video because it just was not something for me. So let's get into how we combat that or some tips you can do. First thing I started off with, because I knew video was going to be such a big thing, is I would send a video, me talking just to my wife. So instead of sending her a text message saying, I'm on my way home, or how's things going today, you know, regular wife and husband banter, instead of doing it in a text, I'd send it as a video. So I'd just hold the phone up and say, hey, just on my way home right now. That's not the way it sounded, by the way, because when I first started, I was like, hi, on my way home right now. See you soon. And I just knew it because I had that feeling. And thanks to her, she was very honest. She would reply to me with, that doesn't sound like you. Be better. But basically keep practicing. And that's what I did. I just kept practicing until it got to feel more natural. So again, don't just do this a couple times and think, oh, I can't do this. It's practice. Anything takes a lot of practice. So I'd start doing that. And then for myself, where my confidence really took off was when Instagram stories came about. You now have Instagram stories, or maybe other platforms you're using. Doesn't have to be Instagram. But there's a lot of them that have stories or any other. If you just need to do a quick post, the stories is what really set it above for me though. And this is what I did. And this is what I would like you to practice doing as well. So right off the start with your stories just by taking pictures. Don't just post memes, because you need to show, I've got some other videos you can learn on this, but you need to be showing yourself as a person, not just memes. You need to build your brand. So the first thing you can do is just take some pictures of where you are and type it in there. This is what I'm doing. Not even on camera. You don't have to speak. That I know you can do. Once you get comfortable with that and it seems too easy, then you can graduate to the next step. So the next step would be to take your phone. Sorry, I don't have it right now because I'm filming with my phone. But take your phone and have the lens pointed that way. So not on you, but what you are seeing. And just do a pan. Don't even have to talk. So now you've got some movement in it. And then you put text in there. I'm looking at this house right now, or enjoying time at the park with my kids. Whatever it is, just do a pan. Get some motion in there. Now, once you're comfortable with that, now let's graduate up to the next thing where you're doing the same thing, have that same camera on, but now you're going to speak. And don't think this is going to happen overnight and you're going to do this tomorrow. Like I said, do this in graduated steps. The first couple steps may take you a week. They may take you a month. It may take you closer to a year. That's fine. Progression is progression. Everybody goes at different paces. As long as you're still doing this and you're learning and you're being consistent, eventually it's going to come and it's going to be comfortable for you. So you can't, look at somebody else. Please do not compare yourself to anybody else, or this is not going to work. Focus on you and you only, and just look at your progress. Maybe make a goal for yourself. That's fine. but just take it step by step. Don't think you got to go from 0 to 100 right away. So now you're doing the pans and you're talking in it. So now instead of typing text, you're saying, hey, I'm at the beach with my kids right now, or I'm at the ice skating rink. This place is really cool. Looks like they're having fun. I'm kind of hungry. Whatever it is that's on your mind, share it. Post that to your story. Once you've done that several times, a few times, many, many, many times, whatever it is, now you can graduate to where you've got the phone, but you're turning the camera. So you've got 2 cameras on your phone. Flip it to the front one so it's on you. Next, just take a pan of where you are, be in it, and you can see the background as well, and then do some text on that saying, this is where I am, this is what I'm doing. And then finally, after you've gone through all those steps and you've gone a long way and you're comfortable with all that, then start doing stories where it's everything. So you've got it on your face and you're talking, saying, hey, this is the skating rink we're at right now. Look at it. It's pretty cool. And just talk about it. The city put this up this year. There's a warm-up shack here. They've got food. They've got drinks. Family loves it. Done. Post that as a story and just start doing those stories. Now, if you do enough of these, you're going to get so comfortable. Eventually, in time, everybody's going to go at a different pace where you're just going to be able to do video quite often like what I do now. So when I first started, I was petrified. I'd turn on the camera. I'd procrastinate a lot. I'd turn on the camera and then sometimes I'd wait and I'd go, nope, not right. And I'd turn it off and I'd think about it for another half an hour. I'd build up some momentum or some confidence and then I'd try again. So this was me. And now for me, because I've done Instagram stories and I've done all this other stuff, which I'm teaching you today. And if you do this, it's going to work for you. You'll be the same as me. Or eventually you go to do a video, you set up your camera, you hit record, you sit down and you just start talking. And that's the way it goes for me now. But it took years of practice. I was not here immediately. Trust me, it took a lot of time. So you can do it too. Follow those steps. That is what worked well for me. And I know it's going to work well for you. It'll build up your confidence. So eventually you get to the point where it's fun to be on camera. I enjoy this now. I love it. It doesn't bother me at all. I got more natural. So now it feels like I'm having a conversation with another person. It's so much fun, but it does take time. So good luck. But just wait. Don't leave yet. Hang on. All right. Are you confident that you're going to start practicing these methods and get confident on camera? If so, comment below and let me know. And that's it. Those are my tips. Just to basically wrap up, like I said before, and I want to say this again because this is very, very important. Please do not compare yourself to anyone else. If you do that, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're not going to do this at all. And you're likely never going to be going on video because you're going to always be comparing. You're going to maybe try video. I'm not saying you won't try, but you will try it and you'll be like, oh, that doesn't sound like anything like the other people I've watched. I'm not good enough at this. I quit. And again, it's like anything else when you first got we learned how to walk or we first got a driver's license. It took a lot of practice. We didn't just get behind the wheel and all of a sudden we could drive. Like we had to be taught how to do that and we had to get more confidence with where the brake is and where the gas is and how to shift, especially if it's a manual, how to put in the clutch to shift. It took some time and some error until we got to the point where we're really comfortable with it. And now getting in a vehicle is just, for most of you, it's nothing because it's like, oh, this is so easy. I've done it before and you just drive. It's no different with this. And when you're first starting to drive, if you compared to anyone else, like say your parents or a friend or another family member that was teaching you, again, it would have seemed overwhelming and you likely would not have done it. So please don't compare. I always say don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. Just start where you are and stay with it and you will progress. And don't think this is going to happen overnight because again, you might get frustrated, be like, oh, this isn't happening quick enough. And therefore, again, you quit. So just breathe, take some time, give it some practice. And hey, if you need any more tips, you need any advice, send me a message, hit me up on my Instagram. let me know, please, because like I said, I was there. This is the exact same position I was in. I can relate to you. There's a lot of people that know me. They're still shocked as heck that I am in on camera because I was the shyest person in the world. And then, so even to go to another person or to a group and to have a conversation with them was a big deal for me. It took a lot to get out of my shell to be able to do that. Then you add video on top of that. It was like, oh my, wow, no, I'm never going to do this. But I saw what was happening with social media. I saw that video was going to become a big thing, and I knew I had to practice it, and I had to do it, because if I didn't, I likely was going to get left behind, in my opinion, because as time goes on, things progress. You always got to be moving forward. You got to have new ideas. That's the beauty of being a realtor. And one of the big things I just knew was video. I just read the stats. I saw everything that was happening. I saw studies of people, and even today, how much video gets far more engagement than any other posts do. So I knew it was either I was going to be a part of it, or I was just going to ignore it and not reap the rewards out of it. So I hope that's why you're here today and why you're watching this video. And more than likely, I'm guessing you are that type of person. So you're wanting to learn. So again, good for you for admitting that and seeing it and knowing that this is something you need to do. And I know you can do it. Good luck. Please, again, if you have any questions, message me, because I can totally relate and help you through it. All right, now you know eventually you're going to get on camera. Maybe you get to the point where you're like, hey, I'm ready to do some of this camera stuff, but you're wanting some ideas of what the heck do I even do? What do I post? Well, I've got some video content ideas that basically have exploded my real estate leads. So if you want some of those as well, I've got a free guide. Just click on the description below. You can download it and it is yours. Use those ideas and run with them. When you're done here, don't forget to watch my prior videos that I've done on some real estate tips for realtors. And again, thank you so much for being here. Please, if this was beneficial, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and please, if you know another realtor that could use this, share with your fellow realtor friends.